Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. This video is about a BDS padlock, and this padlock comes in a particular form which is not made up. This form is in locksmith form. So this padlock right here can be set to any key you wish it to be. Now this is a job for anyone who's good at metalwork, jewelers, boilermakers, fitter and turner, locksmith, anyone like that, or even a hobbyist who would like to work on a padlock or make a padlock a particular shape. This is what it's all about. Sorry, shape of key. So if you want to make your own padlocks, you can. They take a bit of work, and here we have the actual padlock itself. This is a 45mm padlock. I believe it's an 8 or a 9mm diameter shackle, and this padlock here comes in locksmith form, which means there's holes. There's holes here, there's holes here, and it's not complete. Inside the box we have our springs, cylinder retainer pin, some bottom pins, some top pins, and also some plug pins. You will need some pins to actually make the shape of the key. Please email us if you need anything like that. We might be able to help you with that, and some extra parts along the way here. Now this is a 20 to 30 step process to make a padlock suit a particular key. Now it comes with two key blanks right here. You can get a file, you can file it down, you could use your standard house key if you want it. First thing we need to do is actually make the plug up. So just by turning this one right here, our plug comes out. Now if this was a cut key, I would drop pins in here to suit the key, and then they would all be flush right here, meaning that that key was suited, well, the key would be suited then to the plug. We come along with this part here, which is a half moon shaped part, and then we put that underneath just like that, and then we slide it back with that half moon right there. We slide it back into the padlock, clip it back in. So now we've got the key and the pin suited with the half moon. The half moon prevents people from sticking a pick into the padlock or a tool to release a padlock without going through the key system. Without that, you can open this padlock quite easily. So it's very important to put that in there. The next thing we have is a metal pin, and I'll show you. That big black metal pin right there. What I would do is I would put that in there, and then I would use this little tiny pin right here, if you can see it, and I would hammer it in until it's flat, and that would stop the plug from coming out, the plug being the part you put your key into. The next step I would do is I would turn it, and I would remove the shackle. Now in this kit right here you have a shackle pin, a shackle spring, and another little pin. So I would put the spring in first, I would put the shackle back in, and then I would put the pin in, and then I would put the little tiny brass rivet back in there, blind rivet, hit it down, make sure it's flat, and away we go. Make sure that you don't tip your padlock upside down when you have these pins in there, because what will happen is the pins which are suited to the key will go out, and then you will cap it and you'll find out your padlock doesn't work. So assuming that you haven't dropped your 5 pins from the top, 5 pins which were living in the plug, I would then go along with my top pins. Now the top pins are like a blind pin on both sides. They're blind, it's blind as to say they're flat on both sides. So if you can see that, if they're flat on both sides with a slight chamfer there to allow any variations in your key, I would drop them in, 5 of them in a row. I would then go through with some top springs, you can see them there, and then I would take each individual plug or chamber plug, that's the best view, and I would push my spring down, push my plug, hit them down. Then I would hit them all flat, meaning that my chamber now is loaded with spring pressure pushing down on my top pins and bottom pins, so that when I insert the key, it conforms to the shape of the key and is round, so it's all smooth there. If they're up or down, it's not going to work. They need to be flush as much as that right there. And when they are, when I insert my key and I turn it, the spring action would push this open, the shackle, and then I can clip it back when needed. So that is how you cap the top of it. We then have this round part along the side here, this big circle. This would be hit into this position here. Using just a small hammer you can normally knock these in. This is brass on brass, so generally speaking it doesn't take too much to actually get the two parts to go together. When you do have it, what you will see is you'll see a padlock like this with a circle, 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 circle. They'll all be flush like that. Then you would hit it with the linisher and you would linish this down, and that will create a finish where you cannot see the actual indentations. If you can see this finish right here, see that? You can see it along that light line there. That's what they call linished. Okay, so scratch marks all the way through, but you cannot see where the actual two metals are meeting. That's called a linished finish. Linished finish. Okay, so you would do that. You would do that on this side here. Now to linish it, it's a straight linish. You don't need to go like this. You don't need to curve it like a football. You need to get this side flat. You need to get this side flat so they look identical, like that side right there. And of course the side with the two pins would look like this side here, making all four sides look uniform. And then you would come along with your key, you would test it, click, it will pop open, take your key out, click it back, and you would get the click. So that right there is a 20 or 30 step process on how to build one of these padlocks. Look, it's not for everyone, it's more for the people who have perhaps more time than they should on their hands and wish to make one of these padlocks. They are available from our lock shop from drlock.com.au. I have known a few fitter and turners who actually enjoyed making their own padlocks, so much so that they would actually go through and make their own brass pins, make their own brass caps, take a padlock like this, drill it open, recycle it, and do this match to the house key. If that's you, save yourself the trouble, purchase one of these, and you can make your own padlock from this kit. If you do need a few pins, let me know. We've got billions of them. I'll send you a few pins as well. But yeah, it's basically a hobby type of thing, and you can do it, or you could just go to your local locksmith and pay $50, $60, get them to do it. So those are your two options, but it is a product available on our lock shop, and just by giving the run through might be of interest to you. So I hope you enjoyed it. For further information, please email, please do not call. We are inundated with calls, so please email, and we'll try our best to get to your email as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.